Peace, everybody. How y'all doing out there tonight? Peace, love, and law, everybody. We'd like to welcome you to the In God We Trust Academy podcast tonight. And as always, man, we're thankful and grateful for each and every last one of you that tunes in and share this podcast as always with others and informing other people, things of that nature, yo. Real excited about what we got coming up next. As you know, we're getting ready for season 6 in April, the first Wednesday. So make sure that y'all get signed up for work sessions. We will be in season 6. Season 6, man. I can remember when we first started it, but a lot of information has been passed on, a lot of trial and errors, a lot of great wins, testimonies, and I can't wait to hear the testimonies that's going to be said as we have taken a month off just to be able to prepare for season 6. The conferences that we have coming up and everything. So we about to get back into our regular routine of things and being able to travel and see you guys face to face and things of that nature as well. So just be ready, man. A lot of information, a lot of growth since season 1 to season 6, even from season 5 going into season 6, especially since I've been had time to go deeper into my studies and a lot of things like that as well. So nothing but amazing, man. We give thanks to the Almighty, all praise to the Most High, just for, the growth and this moment, this time, and everything that has transpired up to this very moment in time. Always a beautiful thing. Don't forget, man. Do not forget what we got coming up. All right, so tomorrow we have Defend and Conquer. So tomorrow you're going to learn how to properly respond to lawsuits as well as criminal things as well. So we're going to do both. We're doing defense in criminal and lawsuits. We're going to teach you how to challenge jurisdiction and legal standards and how to file strategic motions to weaken the other side's case, using discovery tools to force your opponent to prove their claims, and much more. So it's going to be a lot that's going to be done tomorrow. So everybody that's already got signed up, great. Remember, tonight is the last night to actually register for this class. To register for this particular class, the donation is $100. We will be starting at 3 p.m. Central Time. It comes with templates and everything like that. But if you register after tonight, I don't know why people try to make this difficult, but some do, due to not actually reading the full instructions. But just letting you know, if you do sign up after tonight, if you sign up tomorrow, anytime before class, and just if my wife decides to let you in, other than that, you will have to definitely pay. You're going to pay and only receive the templates and recording, the playback recording. If you purchase this class after class, then I promise you it's going to go up. So I think the amount of time and hours that I have put into putting this together, the amount of information I'm giving, man, $100 is like almost a 90% discount on what you're going to be getting with this, everything that's in this class, and being able to take yourself further. And, I know lawyers cost a lot. You don't have time to prepare for lawyers and things like that. So just being able to get in this class and take it and being able to have this type of information with you, study for yourself, because you got to study to show yourself approved. I'm just here to present it to you and make sure that you have at least a basic understanding and understanding. It is for educational purposes only. So if any of y'all looking for any form of legal advice in this matter, you're definitely going to have to go find you an attorney and a lawyer. But for the most part, once you get done with that, then you're going to know what can be done in the first place, right? And it'll also help you if you do have to have a lawyer. You will know what they're supposed to be doing and how to handle things for you as well, and if they're not doing their job correctly. So those will be the things that you do know. All right. We also like for you guys to check up one of my brothers, wakeupsuckers.com. Go to his website. A lot of great Merch is there for real. So I got this shirt right here, the actually dope shirt. It's Elect Yourself 2025. No one is coming to save you. You got to save yourself for real. We as people, God has given us every tool, one another, etc., to do everything in our power to change ourselves, to change our lives, to change our environment and everything. It's up to us, and it's got to be something that you want to do. But I always say we got to choose something greater than ourselves. You have to choose something that's going to be for the greater good of all, and just being full participant of that as well. So don't forget about that, man. Make sure y'all do check it out. He also got another shirt that's out. It's called "Support Your Local Hope Dealer." I actually like it. He's got a lot of a lot of things on there for real. So just check him out, man. If anything, wakeupsuckers.com. So do check my brother out. Do not forget about the Raffy ticket giveaway. February 21st, 2026. We're going to be giving away a car, 2026 Toyota Camry here in Huntsville, Alabama, where we'll have a pop-up shop. So if we have any vendors or anything like that that want to be a part of this, you're more than welcome to come, bring your goods and things of that nature, and just have a good time, good music, good fellowship, being able to network amongst other people. No, I'm not doing any teaching, so it's just going to be able to have a great time with one another. We're also going to have a few cash prizes giveaway for the second to the fourth place as well. So, but it's a $10 for the ticket. You can buy as many tickets as you like. Must have a ticket to claim the prize as well. So make sure if you want to screenshot what you see and be able to participate. If you buy the ticket specifically from me, you will also be able to get $50 in credit for the first ticket. And then for the second ticket, if you buy two tickets, you get $100 in credit. And that's for each month. So if you do that, buy two tickets each month for me, then you're going to get $100 in credit. So just know that you will be able to use on my website, ingodwetrustacademy.com. So you guys are more than welcome. Welcome to do it, right? So just to cover some things with you guys, I know a lot of talk is about, well, really all the talk for real. If you're in this community and you're going through these things of discharging debt and all of that type of stuff, learning about your rights, sovereignty, what is sovereign rights? We have to speak on these things from the reality, the real perspective of things. And I think in order for people to truly understand this, you have to understand government. And a lot of people don't know government. You don't understand what government is, how it started. Can you even start your own government today? Yes, you can. It's absolutely true. You can. Everybody has the right to self-determination. You have the right to self-identify. You have the right to peacefully assemble as well to do these things. But it's a choice that you have to make. Is it something that's easy? No, it's not. It is not easy at all. But, to those that do take that route, man, as I myself am doing, and others that are with me in MNRP, which is a sovereign deserved government, and we are an indigenous people as well, and we have definitely claimed our sovereign rights as a body of politic, which is what you have to do. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. So I used to always ask about a lot of things when it comes to the right to travel, just, a lot of things of that nature, right? And it goes so deep to where in order for you to truly understand those rights and how those rights apply and how the government is supposed to fully protect our rights, well, before you had what you call the federal citizen, right? Let's just go back to that part. First and foremost, Black people were not even a part, and I said Black because that's a known term for you guys, but Black people was not even a part of the U.S. Constitution. You were not a part of it. So do know that it was not written within the meaning of mentions of you at all. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery in its form. And even then, you were not made a citizen, right? Even when they passed the Civil Rights Act in 1866, that was not still not enough, right? So then they had to turn around and do the 14th Amendment, which mean it gave all persons, etc., rights and privileges to the same to the Constitution as other citizens, right? And this was making what you call the federal citizen. And the federal citizen is where they linked not just the black American, where they linked every single so-called American citizen. What I mean, and I don't even want to use the term American citizen because American is a continent. So we're going to say U.S. citizen, the citizen of the United States of America. Let's just say that. So every citizen of the United States of America is under a form of legal presumption. And this is the game that they play with you. It's a legal presumption at base. Now, what they did not know what was going to happen was this was all a plan to get everyone to be under what they call the New World Order and what they were trying to establish as under the, one global, pretty much one global citizen is what they're still trying to push forward today in so many different ways. But, God forbid that will ever happen because that would take away the self-determination and the self-identity of the people and individuals of the people. But either way it go, we got to go back to and truly understand those things and what are the rights that you do have. What is your sovereign rights? What is sovereignty? What is natural right? And what is your liberties? First and foremost, natural rights is only given by God, right? State did not give you those rights. It's God, people, state. And you can never forget that. God created people, people created governments. And then the government created a citizen. But here's the thing, though. The people gave certain amount of power to this particular government set forth as to govern, which made where they consented themselves to be governed. So in order for a government to have certain power, it has to be by consent of the people. Notice I keep saying people. So anytime we start talking about people are together in a social compact. That social compact establishes what they call a public authority. That public authority is called a constitution. Well, and when you start talking about this constitution, it is the actual sovereign, okay? And those who sit in the public authority seats, okay, such as being a governor, such as being these different officers, etc., they hold the power of the sovereign, okay? That's what y'all got to understand, right? So let's say for instance, the state of or the Alabama Republic, however you choose to say it, doesn't matter. But the point is this: the people of Alabama have a right to travel, meaning the state. So that right transferred to the state. Okay? Y'all listen to me very carefully. The right transferred to the state. The state took that particular right and they were supposed to govern it by safety. Okay? It was never supposed to turn into the only way you can travel is driver's license. You got to pay money, taxation, and all of that. It was never really supposed to turn into that, but it was supposed to make sure that the people are fully following the rule of law when it comes to traveling on the road, because you can't just put people out there. It's already bad enough anyway. People still drink, drive, do all the kind of crazy stuff, and people are being killed, and especially when it comes to these massive 18-wheeler trucks carrying a lot of chemicals or heavy weight stuff that if they, they're not stipulated to the actual commercial traveling laws, then, it could cause harm in a lot of different ways to where people die from these type of trucks not fully being prepped or prepared to be able to travel and under safety, the safety codes and things like that, right? So remember that the state was only supposed to regulate by public safety. It wasn't supposed to use these particular instruments or things like that against you for whatever particular reason to stop you from traveling or to cause you harm. It was never meant for that reason, but it was to regulate. But my point in me saying this is the right of travel The people transferred the right that it had to the state, and the state was to regulate that right amongst the people to ensure that there were safe traveling people, people who were able to understand the rules of the road, right? That is what it's supposed to mean, and that is where the right of comes from. So when you go back to when states was having these particular problems about being able to travel from one state to another, it was based upon they were saying, okay, that state gave you the right to travel, but we didn't give you the right to travel. So that's why you have those particular case laws that speaks on the right to travel, because they were saying by union state, by the states being in a union, in a federation, then that right, it has to be what you call full faith and credit, which means it has to be abroad in all states. So now, since that right has to travel abroad in all states, that means now you can travel in your car up under the regulated issued identifications of traveling, driving, whatever you want to say, abroad amongst the state. That's what that means in full faith and credit, which a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think full faith and credit has everything to do with discharging the debt. No, full faith and credit that was given to the states, meaning it was abroad. If one state has, if they're going to say, okay, we're going to issue these travel documents to the people, then it's full faith and credit abroad. Whatever one state has to issue on, so does the other one, has to give it as well, right? It's a compact. It's a union in whole. So that means that if this state says that they're not going to do involuntary servitude, then full faith and credit abroad in all states, there has to be no involuntary servitude, right? Y'all got to start. If this state says that they're going to give the right to bear arms, you can't have the right. They see, and what they were saying was, it's like, and then you got to remember, these states were like countries first, like their own sovereign country, which is why they still declare their own republic form of government. So you got to realize, so if the state of Alabama says we got the right to bear arms here, and they issue out, or whatever the case may be, if they want to issue out some type of identification for that particular right to bear arms, which they never was supposed to turn it into a permit, but they did, which is why you can fight against those things, because that takes away the right. But my point of me saying that is they can't say you have a right to bear arms in the state of Alabama, then you travel over to Mississippi and you lose that right. That's not full faith and credit abroad. So again, they can never take that away from you. And remember, all state constitution is subjected to the U.S. Constitution, right? That's another thing. So when we speak on sovereignty, we have to fully align ourselves. And a lot of people say, well, the people are sovereign. Yes, that is true. That is why the reason why it shows that you are sovereign is because what? It takes a jury of 12. Remember, all cases are literally supposed to, if you do a trial by jury, it is decided by the jury. It's not decided by the government, which places you in what? Sovereignty. That's another thing. So that's why y'all got to understand on how to actually use our sovereignty or your sovereignty in the particular United States government. Is because the sovereignty is in the people, which means that when it comes to these cases against the government and stuff like that, well, guess who gets to decide? It's not decided by a judge, unless you waive that right. It's supposed to be decided by the people, who are considered the grand jury. Right? So make sure that you understand their part. That is sovereignty by the people, that still the people will remain and always hold. Another thing that is sovereign with the people is the consent of being governed. Do you actually consent to be governed by the Republic State of Alabama? No. If you don't want to be governed by that state, then guess what? You can pack up your bags and you can literally move to a whole different another state, and you can choose to be a citizen of that particular state and be governed under those laws instead. That is what you call sovereignty. The right of the consent to be governed. Right? Hope y'all understand that, man. Drop some ones if you with me right now. I want to clarify this because, like I say, I've been studying for so long, and just to have, and I'm a type of individual that look at things from all angles and perspectives, but ever since I've been establishing my own indigenous state and government, is truly to understand what is and what is the way it's supposed to be. Now, another thing that gives you sovereignty is this. You also got the right to abolish the government. If you feel like some form of government is causing you some form of harm in any shape, form, of fashion, that it's considered to be tyranny, you can abolish it. Okay? You got to know that, right? The Declaration of Independence actually speaks on this particular thing. It speaks on you having the right to abolish, right? So while I looked that up, I really want you to ponder on that because it talks about that. It also says the power is in the people. It's telling you in there, right? What you have to do. Why the power is in the people. Why? That's what y'all got to start understanding it as well. And I know a lot of people have not read, and you got to understand the Declaration of Independence itself is also law, which is why the Constitution is subjected to what it is also saying, which is why they had to include the right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is given to the people through government. That's another thing. Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness is given to the people through government, which is why you were able to go and establish government, and make in these legislative laws that is going to be to the pursuit of happiness of the people in whole, right? That's another thing that you got to understand. So when we look at this thing, the Declaration of Independence, and I'm just doing this from the majority perspective that watches me. Just listen to what's being said. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, right? And to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and the nature's God entitled them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the cause which impels them to the separation. So they're speaking on why they left the British. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Listen. So when they say all men are created equal, they're speaking of a social compact, that they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure the rights, look, governments are instituted among men. So the only way that you can secure these rights, even as indigenous people, etc., if you can't declare nationality by yourself. That's one thing. It has to be what? Protected. All right. And governments are instituted among men. So these rights, they are secured by governments, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends. And see, this is one thing, then y'all better listen carefully too, because a lot of people have a problem with what's going on today and Trump doing this and that administration and all of that stuff. Well, read this. If y'all feel that way, right? That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to institute what? New government, laying its foundations on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transit causes, right? Accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed, right? But when a long train of abuses and usurpation pursuing invariably the same object, inventions are designed to reduce them under absolute despotism, right? It is their right, it is their duty. Okay, so it said it's your duty. This is what I don't understand about a lot of people. If you feel like you sit in a place and they're constantly doing you in a certain type of way, and you feel like these people are treating you wrong, it's your duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient, right, sufferance of these colonies. And such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former system of government. The history of the present king of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and absurtions, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over the states. So listen, to prove this, let facts be submitted to Candid World. So let them put the facts out here, what they saying, that this is what happened to them. This is what they experienced. This is why they went to establish. These are the very same words that they used to get away from Great Britain. So he has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate, pressing importance unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained. And when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of the large districts of people, unless those people will relinquish the right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time, after such dissolutions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative powers incapable of annihilation have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all dangers of invasions from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the populations of these states, for that purpose obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriation of lands. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws, by establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amount and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us in time of peace standing armies without consent of our legislator. He has effected to render the military independent and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us. Bro, a lot of this stuff has already happened to the people in the United States, especially so-called Black Americans. And this is what I don't understand. If all of this is, they're telling you right now, you got the right, and it's your duty. It's nobody else. It's your job to do and handle this situation. So my question is, why we get on here and complain every day? And the only thing I can think of is you're okay with it. Yeah, you're okay with this. You're okay with everything that's transpiring with you right now. You don't want anything better. You cannot lay with the same people or heal yourself with the same people that has caused you harm. You say that every day when it comes to relationship. What about your political relationship? Think about that. You can't do it. It's not going to happen, right? So It says, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in neighboring province, establishing therein a arbitrary government, enlarging its boundaries so as to render it as once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our governments, for suspending our own legislator, declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burnt our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, desolation, and tyranny already begun with circumstances of cruelty, perfidy scarcely paralleled in most barbarous ages, and totally unworthy the head of civilized nation, right? He has constrained our fellow citizens taken captive on the high seas to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrection amongst us and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages whose known rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. At every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislator to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our immigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by ties of our common kindred to disavow these assertions, right? Which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation and hold them as we hold the rest of the mankind enemies in war and peace and friends. We therefore, the representatives of the United States of America and General Congress assemble, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do in name and by authority of good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states. They are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states, they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent state may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, we affirm reliance on the protection of divine providence. We mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. This whole entire thing is what I'm saying. So that's why it makes it hard for me to see how our people just get up every day and complain. When I've literally watched, you have seen, read, been forced to read all throughout history how they brought together their government. Now, for every reason that they left Great Britain, look and see what they have done to the so-called Black American, to the Native American, the Indian, the whatever. Pay attention. Look at what's still happening today. And we still think that money is the solution. And that's insane. To think that money is the solution. It's not the only solution. See, you have to learn to separate yourself and be apart and still be at peace, but at the same time be in defense, because that is a natural right. You have the right to bear arms, to protect yourself, to defend your life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness of your people. You got that right. And I say this because it's so important. We talk about these type of things and political things, and I talk to a lot of my brethren. I have conversations, or sometimes I comment on certain things, and I see that, a lot of people just afraid. And I mean, this be the same ones that go in there, they lift these weights, they sow this, they sow that, they so bad amongst their people, but when it comes to you stepping up to the higher agenda that don't involve killing your brother, that don't involve killing your people, that don't involve causing harm to your loved ones, you afraid. And it's like we say, we such a religious group of people, and it's, oh, God this and God that. But when it comes down to this, it's, oh, what are we gonna do against this mighty government? Now we got number one is power in words. It's power in intent, right? And we have a force of nature that is greater than any army they could ever put together. It's greater than anything that they could ever do. And you got to understand that too. You got to understand, to truly seek righteousness, to one, cleanse in your own heart what it is that you want to do out here. But sovereignty, the sovereign rights, yes. Does it begin with the people? Yes. But that means the people in a social compact to declare government, to declare freedom and independence. See, the situation was when they freed the freed man didn't understand that he was supposed to go establish government. The freed man didn't know he was supposed to go establish government. I'm going to say it again. Because you got to realize those free men, well, guess what they did? They took them from government. They defeated empires and enslaved people, brought them here in certain different ways. Some came here, some were brought here, some were already here. Either way it go, they were defeated. They defeated other sovereign governments. They defeated many indigenous Americans here who were already in their own sovereign right way. And then they freed them when they abolished slavery. Why we speak so highly of June 19th, even though they got the word so late. But the point was, these freed men end up subjecting themselves to the same government that caused them harm. All because you wanted to be a part of something. And it's like, if they were, a lot of y'all are so uproared about the segregation law, but not even, oh, Trump's doing the segregation, is going back to the old ways. That's not what the freak it means. But even if that is what it means, then what the freak you gonna do about it? What you supposed to do about it? Maybe it is time for you to separate. Stop being ignorant and get amongst the other nations of families around this world. That's number one. You got to do that too. The Bible speaks of that. Right now, you're still being held under Babylon for your disobedience. That's another thing. Not for something that they're doing to you. It's something that you're doing to yourself. We got to change it. It's up to you to see that. But what Trump really is doing is saying, hey, we're going to get rid of all of this stuff that separates the people of the United States of America. We're going to get rid of white. We're going to get rid of black. We're going to get rid of Hispanic and all of those different things. Those terminology have to go. And if those terminologies have to go, then there's no reason to have the rule the laws for segregation anymore. Because if you're going to consider all the people in the United States of America as one group of people and no longer considering people by social status, then guess what? Those laws are not needed anymore. It's no reason to have DEI. That defeat the purpose, right? Do y'all understand that? See, but you can't understand that because it's so easy to choose hate. It's so easy for you guys to choose hate or wanting to be hated or wanting to be the victim in a situation where you don't have to be. You want them to make you feel like, oh, well, this going back to, it can't go back. How? Who gonna let it? Are you gonna let it? I just read to you what your duty is. If you're tired of something, you will do something about it. And that goes not just to so-called black people. I'm talking about every individual that is in the United States that feels like that this administration right now is affecting you in a tyrannical way. What's your duty? Is it just to get on here and complain? Make war against your brother and sisters, etc.? Or is it your duty to do what? To stand up. First, first you get to redress the government for any grievance that you may have. That's the first thing you get to do. If those things don't come to meet what you are doing in your life, liberty, and in pursuit of happiness, you have the right to do what? Abolish it. The same way they did Great Britain. The same exact way. But see, this is the type of talk y'all not ready for. You're in fear. It's not what you're ready for. Because tonight, right now, so many people that have that feeling that something is tight, that there's tyranny going on. Guess where they at? They on their way to a club. Yeah. They on their way to get drunk and high and all this other stuff right now. That's what the mindset is at. You on your way to trying to do whatever it is that you can to make $1 today. This is my point. How can you? And I seen somebody, and the other thing is we ignorant of the law. The people are ignorant. You are ignorant of the law. And I mean the nature's law. You're ignorant of the natural law. You know why? Because you're doing everything to go against it. And then you think that you're supposed to receive righteousness when you go against the law of nature. How? How? Tell me how. It's like y'all keep trying to defy and test God on a daily basis. And then you pray on a Sunday or a Friday or Saturday, whatever day you consider the holy day. Explain that to me. Explain that part to me. We sit up there and now we got preachers and stuff bashing one another about who's right about the word and who. None of y'all right. You wrong. If you were so right in what you were doing, then guess what? The land would already be healed. But who has it unified yet? Have you brought the people out from up under Babylon yet? No, you haven't. And I wonder why. Because you don't understand what I'm telling you today at all. The only thing y'all want to do is get some sticks, piece of paper, put vulgar words and stuff like that on it and go marching. No justice, no peace. Guess what? It's the duty of the state, the government, and that to protect that. So that means that if the government that you are in is not protecting it, you're supposed to abolish it and create yours to protect it. Understand that? Would your God place you in a place to be where you are today, to be constantly at harm, to receive no justice, to receive no peace? Is that the type of God that you serve? Simple question, yo. Is that the type of God that you serve? And that's all I want to know. Because the mistake that needs to be corrected is you. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear me talk like this or might even have a problem with me, but who cares? It's the truth. It's the absolute truth. You know, drop some ones if y'all with me, man. Drop some ones. Got a few people on here, man. 33 people that's watching us on different platforms right now. I know it's been a while, so we kind of dropped in the ratings a little bit, but it's all right. If you hear, it's meant for you. But we're gonna do a free giveaway for y'all tonight. We're gonna do a free giveaway. It is a lot of people out here that's establishing new governments right now that y'all don't even understand. It's a lot of people. A lot of people have assembled in so many different ways to establish new governments right now, right here in America. It's happening. The revolution is not televised, but it's definitely happening. Silently, but it's happening. I promise. So we gotta make a choice, yo. We gotta make a choice. To choose. Choose this day who you're gonna serve. And you can't serve two masters. You cannot serve two masters. It's not possible. You can't do it, family. And so I want y'all to go read the Declaration of Independence, man. Go read it. Let that soak in and think about everything they're saying that made them run away from Great Britain and think about how that applies today. Is that the exact same thing that's going on today? That's what I want you to do. Think about it. And there's many people that can think about this from different ways, but at the same time, think about it. Is this causing you harm today? And we need to know. We have to know. What are you going to do about it is the question. So don't forget, guys, work session coming up next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we're going to be here in work sessions. And season 6 is going to be amazing. Just as amazing as all the other seasons have been. But it's going to be 10 times greater, yo. I promise. So, this is what I'm going to do for y'all, man. For the people that's on here, it's 35 people, 33. How many ever keep going in and out? This is what I want to do for y'all. I want to give each one of y'all a free ticket for the MNRP raffle giveaway. That's what I want to do. So it's 37 people in here that's watching right now. So if it's 37 people, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. And so y'all can get y'all a free ticket for the giveaway. $37 people for the giveaway. Is y'all ready? So if you follow the instructions, you're going to be able to get a free ticket. All right. What I will say is us giving you this free ticket, just give us time, hit us up, let us know that you were on tonight. Okay. So that you can receive this free ticket. And that way, we can go ahead and give y'all a ticket number and lock y'all in. All right. So for those of you that know, make sure that you write down email Moorish National. That's MOORISH National Republic 19 at gmail.com. Again, that's Moorish National Republic 19, the number 19, at gmail.com. All right. Let me see y'all write that in the chat so I know y'all know what's going on. I want to make sure y'all get y'all free ticket, man. Moorish National Republic 19 at gmail.com. There you go. Make sure you send us an email stating on March the 28th, 2025, I was present during the podcast and received a free ticket. You got 1 day to make your claim. If you don't make your claim by tomorrow, then I'm going to take it off. We're not giving it away. So you got a chance to make your claim by tomorrow. And it's only going to be 37 people because that's how many people was in here when I said it. So 37 people. Just know. Well, Hutch, you already know. You already know what it is. So make sure y'all send it in. Grab y'all tickets, man. That's 37 tickets that I'm giving away free. Once those 37 tickets, he said, I'm pulling over. You ain't got to put it in, bro. I know. Once y'all put those 37 tickets, once I get rid of those 37 tickets, that's the end of it. So make sure y'all put y'all bid in. All right. But I appreciate y'all, man. Don't forget about this class tomorrow, man. If you're not a part of this class, I don't know what to tell you. You know, you're going to miss something, and I don't want you to miss it, but it's going to be special. I went all out for the last class that we did, mastering the lawsuits. That was a great class. But this class I'm doing with y'all now, even greater. Even greater. So that's why I'm telling y'all, man, get in here, get with us, and get on this path with us, man. And it's truly understand how to take care of yourself when it comes to these courts, especially when I know, you know, a lot of people don't have the money. And to be honest with you, I'm not finna pay no lawyer all that money either. I'm not. I don't want to. Right? So you're going to get a lot tomorrow, right? I'm going to show you what you're going to be getting. So if you in there, you in there. If you ain't, hey, the price will go up. But this is what you're going to be getting. Criminal defense, defend and conquer, property of. So you're going to be getting this tomorrow, which is teaching you how to fully deal with criminal defense in full. everything that you could possibly run into when it comes to dealing with criminal defense, the whole procedures, certain documentations as well. So that's one ebook. Then you got another ebook full of forms for the criminal defense. This is about probably about 40 something pages. A lot in here too. All the motions, different things like that you can use at your expense to handle your cases as well. That's in there. So when I tell y'all, like, I give away in a lot of class, I do. And this took me a while to put this together as well, but it's done. And then you got the whole explaining of Defend and Conquer on both civil and criminal defense as well. And this is probably about 60 pages. Yeah, it's about 60 pages as well. So you can see it's a lot. We got a lot to cover and go through tomorrow. So make sure you guys that's going to be participating in the class, be well rested and be ready. Have your minds open. Despite what you think you know, come in there with a free, open mind to be able to fully receive. But there's a lot of stuff in here in these 3 documents that you're going to be receiving, and it's got all the templates and stuff in it. But I'm ready for y'all. If y'all ready for me, y'all ready for me? Are y'all ready for me? That's the question. And if you haven't, make sure you get on here. All right? Make sure you get to this class, man. Absolutely. Also, this work session season, man, we're gonna do something a little different, man. We're gonna allow you guys to be able to make money in certain things. So if you help sell certain number of my classes and stuff like that, you're going to also receive money as well that will be given to you guys. So on certain classes that you sell, you can make up to $100 a class. So that's going to be coming for work session season 6 as well. So a chance for you to make some little extra money on the side. Yes. So we're going to be doing that as well. And it's up to you guys to be able to do these things, man. So it's going to be a lot. It's just all it takes is your participation and for you to be able to get on here and lock in with us, man, and become a part of this community and being able to, work hard, study yourself, and keep it going. So we definitely going to do that and just, prevent new opportunities for you guys to fully enjoy yourself. But I appreciate you guys tonight, man. Not going to hold y'all up no longer. Just wanted to kind of share some things with you guys and get you ready for what's coming. Don't forget about wakeupsuckers.com. Go there, man. Get this merch. I actually have this shirt right here. Dope shirt. I got to go get the other one where it says support your local Hope dealer. I actually think that's dope. If y'all know my brother Latif, y'all know him in work sessions as well. So this is his website. Go check it out. Yes. Go check him out. Make sure y'all do y'all part, man. You were put here for a reason. You were put here for a purpose. Do not let that become the waste, man. One way or another, you're going to serve God. Yes, you are. Appreciate you guys, man. I am out of here. Yes, you can use PayPal. If you want to use PayPal, yes, you can use PayPal. That's the best way to play. Go to InGodWeTrustAcademy.com. Okay? You can go there. It'll actually take you to my page. Yeah, you can go there now. So when you come in here, immediately go in here. It's already on the first page. So you can just click on it. Automatically, you can pay through PayPal, as you can see. If you're going to pay by Cash App, just make sure that you follow the instructions. Yeah, if you pay by Cash App, make sure you follow the instructions. You need to send proof of donations to morrisnationalrepublic19@gmail.com. The same email I told y'all to do as well. So make sure y'all do that, man. And yeah, get out there. Get out there and make it happen. A lot of information going to be in this class, right? And it's going to teach you how to maneuver through these courts and how to handle situations, and even how to we already did the sue, how to sue. So we did that last week. It's available on here as well. As you can see, mastering lawsuits. It was 100, but now it's went up to 250. So that's why I said get in the class while we're having it. Get in while it's good, because after the class, the price does go up, right? So anytime I do a class, anytime I do a conference, get it while it's going, because it will go up. And I usually give 2 to 3 months before I do a class. I know next month we're going to do silver bonds, gold bonds, how to actually create those bonds, and actually how to use those bonds as well in your favor, because you can use those things as collateral. So just make sure you understand that as well. So that'll be what we're one of the next classes that I will be having, far as a purchase class next month. But other than that, work sessions will be in Mondays and Wednesdays. They are free, so just tune in to us. If you don't know anything, then you can tune in to us where you're watching us at right now. So y'all have a great and beautiful night, man.